Welcome to another morning broadcast. We meet at 9 a.m. Eastern every day to discuss our game plan and to make some money together. So let's get it popping. It is the end of the week. We had a very interesting week. We saw the power of the tweet, the power of one person, one of the most powerful positions on the planet, and how the market can be manipulated by words, right? So interesting things that we saw this week, unprecedented. So if you're alive and trading the markets, this is one of the best times, one of the most volatile times, but it is a peculiar time to be trading. So stay glued, stay locked in, and I'll be teaching as much as I can because I've seen a lot over the years. Okay. All right. So let's get to it. Let's jump right into the charts and focus on this big picture here. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the big picture. So this morning, the scan was kind of light this morning, and we saw MSPR, CDT just recently popped up, gave one scalp, gave two scalps here, our momentum scalps. It gave two of them here. Then I was looking at it for the squeeze on the breakout here. So two plays here, and then I took a loss on this breakout, lighter risk, but that aggressive buying was squeezing. But you just had somebody that every time we had the aggressive buying there, it just popped. I mean, they would come in with their orders right there, but you had a lot of aggressive buying hitting the tape, and that breakout looked like it was going to work, right? But it's okay. That's a part of the game. So two scalps to take a look at on CDT here, one, and then two, and then the breakout was squeezing. You had a lot of aggressive buying here, and it looked like the orders at the ask about around 131. If you were watching it, buyers that pushed through that, we got up to 132, but buyers just didn't step in. So that third scalp didn't work out, but all good. That's the price we pay to be in the market. Okay, so that was one of the trades from this morning, or three of them. But let's talk big picture. So Wednesday we had this surge due to the pause. So that pause is still on the table, but we see gains being erased because we know that was a knee-jerk reaction, and it appears to be a setup. I mean, Trump said it's a good time to buy DJT, and then a few hours later he pauses the tariff. So that was a signal that went out, but now we still have the overhang from the tariffs. Reality is setting in, so it's hard to, as I mentioned, articulate a bullish bias on the indices right now. I've been saying that unless there's some news that comes out. Okay, so that's the thing. News can come out and the market can react. It can change the dynamics of things. But everything that we're seeing right now is a headwind for the overall market. Okay, all right. Now, China strikes back with its tariffs. But it makes a clarification on chips, the companies that are manufacturing chips. Okay, so that could give some relief to the Nvidias, the PLTRs, the tech sector, right? So we saw this big push up. Now we have this pretty much a squeeze here, like price is squeezing. So we're either going to break out to the upside or we're going to see downside moves. Okay. Or I'm sorry. One option is we break out to the upside. One option is we break out of that range, or we stay within it. So we're going to look at price action. I'll keep my eyes on, the tech names, because the idea here is individual stocks that have individual catalysts like CDT. And I'm going to go through a few of them that they don't have catalysts today, but we've been trading them this week. So I have my eye on a few, which I'll go through. So that's one perspective to take. And then the other is to look at tickers that move with the larger players like Nvidia. So we would look at QBTS. Like we took some trades on QBTS, or took one trade on QBTS yesterday. But it's approaching a high here, and if Nvidia breaks up to the upside, QBTS will break out, and then we could have a potential play there. Okay, all right. So I'm looking at the sector. I'm looking at tech. Okay, so you go back to that basket, the quantum basket, QBTS, RGTI. You can look at that basket and see which one has the best volume, has the best price action, and you can trade it. Also, I'm going to be stepping away from DJT. So we started looking at it on Wednesday. Yesterday it faded, and then now it doesn't have anything. I'm going to set alarms on it, but I won't really be actively looking to trade it. It just started to heat up because of that tweet that came out on Truth Social. All right. Okay. Now we traded Mara. We had a great run with Mara this week, and it also spiked. So we started trading on Monday. Very nice, beautiful play, like 7R breakout trade. Wonderful, incredible. Pulls back. It spikes with the news as well. So this is closely tied to Bitcoin. It fades off yesterday. We were looking at it for a play, but it just didn't do what we wanted. So I didn't trade it. Here, this is what we're looking for, to gap down. The buyers are really strong, but there was a seller there at 185 that was defending that level, and they just couldn't get above it. So we were looking at it to break back above VWAP and position here for a buy. Because the buying aggression was really high around this level. You can see it on the CVD here. Like buying aggression was high. Like the buyers were trying to push up, but we had a seller, on the ass, just continuing to push down. So now we are back at these previous levels, right? So Mara held up pretty well. So formed a intraday high pre-market here. So we had the gap down, forms a new high, pre-market pulls back. So we may be looking at, buying the dip here, from here. So we'll see what happens there. Okay. So far, tech sector, I'm looking at, the quantum names that move with NVIDIA. If you have a bigger account, look at PLTR, NVIDIA, and the like, and Apple as well. So you want to be looking at like these tech names, especially after the China release. All right, Omar, and then now let's talk individual names. So I haven't given up on CDT just quite yet. There may be another move. Two good scalps there. One breakout that didn't work. Like the buyers are really aggressive. It was another attempt there, but there's a seller that keeps popping up right at that 131 level. CDT is one. Okay, I'll be looking at KTTA. KTTA is, that messed me up. Oh yeah, yeah. All right. So KTTA, this one gave some really good scalps yesterday in the pre-market. We saw a buyer defending the level, and accidentally clicked off. Okay. So KTTA, it ran up pre-market, and then it started moving lateral. It faded, started moving lateral throughout the day. So let's see if something happens. If we get some volume comes in and we have another pop to the upside, we may have another trade. Okay. So KTTA still on the list. AREB. So AREB, this one took a loss on it, but I cut it early. It was a really good trade. So yesterday, maybe around 10:22 a.m. Eastern, AREB starts to pop, and I didn't really see it on this break here. We're looking at a few other things, but we had a pullback and everything looked good. I mean, a nice micro pullback. But what happened is we didn't have any buyers to come in. It's a really low float, very, very low float stock. So we didn't really need much. But after this move, price pulled back, and I entered here. I got a later entry than I wanted, actually. So I mean, I should have been in here. I would have had a 1-to-1, but I didn't get in until maybe around here or so. So when price pulled up here, I didn't close. I was looking for us to get a little bit higher, and then it went back. I held it. I was holding it, holding, and it just formed a new support. So I just told the group like, hey, look, if it drops back below this, this level here, we can just cut out. We can get out like that 1060-ish level here. So we didn't have a full loss on that one. It's just buyers just didn't step in. At first they were very aggressive, and they just wouldn't step in. So that one right there, but it's not over. Sometimes you may take a loss on the ticker, but if it still looks good, you take another. That's just the price we pay to be in the market. Had some really good trades before that. So let's see if AREB is to push back up above this level, this resistance, and maybe we have some trading going there. Okay. So let's look at so AREB. Okay. And then there's a few others that they were on the list before, like PHIO. This was a Wednesday move that was running up, went lateral, and then now look, I have some levels set that I want to see. If price is to break above those levels, then I would trade it, right? So it's looking good. It's looking pretty good that it's holding up there. Typically they rise and then they fade all the way down. So this could be, more shorts coming in. They get caught off sides and we have a squeeze to the upside. Okay. So PHIO is another potential. All right. XTP. This is another one that we traded. Traded on Tuesday this week, ran up, then pulled back. And again, if it doesn't fade off, then that's it's good. It has potential. So this one pushed back up to, and it pushed back up on Thursday. So Tuesday we traded, ran up, pre-market, fresh catalyst, lateral move, pushes up yesterday, and then now it is on top. It moved above Thursday's high. Okay, so that one has potential. If volume comes in, then we may be looking at some more buys on SXTP. All right. So mark up the levels. If volume comes in, then we'll trade it. If not, we move on. Okay. So let's see. We never know what's going to pop up. CDT wasn't really of interest at first. I was looking at MSRP. I know you may have saw it. I know you saw MSRP, MSPR, excuse me. So MSPR, this one popped. It was just kept popping up to VWAP. And let's see. And it formed this resistance level here, and it couldn't get above it. So it was just struggling. So if this one is able to hold above that 337 level, then we may have something there. Okay, low float, high float turnover right now. And so we just need to see if we can break this resistance level. It's gotten above VWAP. But let's see if it holds. Even if it pulls back to VWAP, we could look at entering. So basically this kind of looks like something like this from here, from level to level here. That's what we'd be looking at. Okay. All right, let me look at, there's a few that I just weren't ready earlier. BGLC. Yeah. Struggled to hold. But these aren't out as well. It's just not ready. Below VWAP. All right, let me check the comments. Let's look at Tesla. Let's take a look. Not really doing much on Tesla. There's one, if you can trade higher price stocks. JP Morgan, they have very strong year-over-year numbers. Just reported earnings. So this one would be one, if you can trade, if you're trading large caps, then JP Morgan just they produced good numbers today. Another one, Wells Fargo. So the banking stocks they're reporting. Wells Fargo put out good numbers as well. I mean, they're okay. So this is another one that may be volatile today because of earnings. So if you want to look at something that's in play due to news, then looking at the banking stocks are one. Apple. I typically don't cover the larger cap stocks, but from a technical perspective and what's going on with China's release clarification on tariffs, I would say Apple, Nvidia, they have good levels. They all moved with that tweet. MSFT, Microsoft as well, moved with the tweet. You can get some good levels here on these, and then we may have some reaction due to China's release on the tariffs. Okay, so I'll take a look at those. Okay, all right. Let me see. I'm just checking the chat. Talk to me. Which one to take a look at? RXR. Yep. So some of these I don't talk about just because if it's not ready, I may not talk about them, especially if it's went into a downtrend. But you are absolutely right. RXRX. If we can get above 5, cross back above VWAP, then that would be good. This one is on the scan. SHPH. Doesn't look, as of right now, this one doesn't look like anything interesting right now. He's just trading within the range. They filed a patent. We didn't have much movement either. So if the news release didn't do anything, then or maybe this is a spike here, but you can keep on watch, mark up the levels here, and just keep in mind. Yeah, I mean, if it breaks out of that range, this is like a monthly range here. If it breaks out of the range and reacts to that catalyst, then it can be interesting. It's just sub $1. It's the filing of the patent is not really, it's just they filed the patent. They use these like CDT as well. I mean, CDT, the difference between this one and CDT is CDT announced a $1 million repurchase program. The repurchase program shows that they have confidence in their company. So CDT is holding above VWAP. Let me look at what's going on with the tape here. Looks like it's moving slow. Yeah, nothing much on CDT. The tape is slowed down now, so not much trading happening on it right now. Yeah. So we'll see. The tape speeds back up and we have volume at the open, then we'll look at trading it. Right now. We stay away from it. Yeah, not much movement. I'm gonna set my alarms on this one though. Yeah, so they have had a $1 million repurchase program, and that's a good sign. And then they filed the patent. So, I think this morning was just a little bit of traders jumping in, but it's not like a long-term catalyst. And then it's at these highs from pre-market high and post-market yesterday, right? So good move from here to here on this break above VWAP. I go back, if you didn't catch it, go back and figure out why. And then this breakout was just so-so, it was okay, because it was just reapproaching the pre-market high. But that buying did accelerate at one point. Okay, let's see what else. Vero. Yeah, we were trading Vero earlier this week. Yeah. So I looked at Vero this morning, and similar to the others, like, it pushed, faded, it held up, and need to see this one flushed at 7 or 8 Eastern. So there were some trades there earlier, but once it hit that 638, it flushed. So we'll see what happens. It could heat back up and start to move. Just set alarms. I set alarms to the upside and downside, so I can, if it just flushes out, I just take it out of my mind. So I'll do that, so I can just release some mental storage. But yeah, so let's see. It's not all the way done. We still can buy back up to VWAP. Okay. All right. Yeah, it has range. Good. You're right. It does have range. All right. So let's get it. We had a great week this week. One of these days was the best of the month of the year for me. So we never know what's going to happen. Yesterday, after the market opened, it was a little bit tighter, a little bit harder to catch some really clean moves. Pre-market was good, so we'll see what happens. We never know what's going to happen. Let's just show up, have your game plan ready, know exactly how much you're going to risk, and focus on process. Get into rhythm, and if you have your process down, once you go green, become consistent, then you just start to scale it up. Just work on scaling. Then you start to do exponential bet sizing at a certain point once you know you're really good at certain setups, okay? All right, so my camera, I had an issue with it this morning, so that's why I'm not on cam. But I hope y'all have a great day. Please smash that like button on the way out. It helps me out with these videos. And if you want to trade with us, hit the link in the description. And I hope y'all have a great weekend. Talk to you later. All right, bye-bye.